Joe Biggs here with INFOWARS.com. Now, today I'm going to talk about an article that I saw on Drudge Report by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And his article is titled, "Man Who Stabbed Pittsburgh Canine Officer Rocco Will Receive a Lengthy Time in Jail." Now, this guy, his name is John Rush. He killed the police officer dog and will spend up to 7 years in prison because of this. Now, the officer says, "I lost my partner from this. I mean, he was also a family member to me." Wow, that's crazy. And hands across America, man. You know, I don't feel good when any kind of animal is killed like that, but I don't see the outcry from you guys when you come in on our property and shoot our dogs. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Rush, a convicted sex offender, was being sought on a bench warrant for his arrest when an officer deputy spotted him in Pittsburgh on January 28, 2014. Rush fought with a deputy, tried to disarm him, and then hid in the basement of an apartment building. Pittsburgh officers responded that if he didn't come out, that they would send the dog. They sent the dog, and Rush stabbed him. "This is definitely a long sentence," said a university law professor, Wes Oliver. "This is a sentence that could be handed down for a third-degree murder charge." Now, following Rocco's death, there was an outpouring of support for canine officers, which led to the passage of new legislation that took effect in August. It increased the grading of killing a police animal to a second-degree felony, and from a third degree, and increased the penalty from up to 7 years to 10 years in prison. Although it didn't impact the sentence in this case, I'm hoping it will act as a deterrent. The canine officers are an integral part of law enforcement and significant investments in communities protecting their interests. Well, guess what? My dog is my family member as well. And I don't know how many times I have to come into work and I have to turn on my computer and read articles about thugs with badges who think they're above the law, going in on someone's property and murdering a dog. Shooting a dog in front of a little child. For crying out loud, a police officer showed up to a person's home, tried to shoot the dog, missed, and killed the mother in front of her family. But where's the outcry for that? Where is the parade for that? Now, this dog, Rocco, received a huge parade, brought all the canine dogs out, police officers, people in the community came out and waved American flags in support of Rocco the dog. But the tons and tons of animals across the country who get murdered by police officers because they're cowards, because they're punks, because they come in like thugs with these no-knock raids, there's no outcry about that. This is a serious, serious problem across America. And I just want to say that anyone who tries to come over and kill my dog, you've got a lot more to deal with because I will tear you up. These are family members. These are something that people love and care about. And you guys go out there and kill dogs and nothing happens. But this guy killed a police officer dog, and all of a sudden, everyone's brokenhearted. All of a sudden, people are up in arms. A police officer chokes a man to death. No one, it's like, whatever, we'll let him go, slap on the wrist. This is out of control. Police brutality is insane, and there's something we've got to do about it. This needs to stop. Continue looking for more reports at INFOWARS.com. I'm Joe Biggs.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
Introducing Secret 12, the new INFOWARS Life Vitamin B12 formulation. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. That's why for real results, so many are having to turn to painful B12 injections, which are known to have higher absorption rates. Now, InfoWarsLife.com is excited to announce that we can bring you our most bioactive, powerful form of B12 that has been developed with our exclusive perfected process. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin. Secret 12 is simply taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Secure your revolutionary Secret 12 formula right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.
We must wage what I have called total war against public enemy number one in the United States, the problem of dangerous drugs.
Took a shot of cocaine and away I run.
But William Robert Tosh Plumley is our guest.
I've been called over the years the CIA's Forrest Gump. When I'm starting flying cocaine back into this country to carry on an operation in violation of the Bolton Amendment, I began to have a little bit of a conscience about that.
The Reagan administration's determination to sell arms secretly to Iran and to help guerrillas fighting the Marxist government of Nicaragua despite congressional objections was the engine that drove the Iran-Contra policy. Secretly, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North devised a scheme to finance the Contras by overcharging Iran for the weapons.
You're an anti-terrorist expert. Iran was officially a terrorist state. You went around telling...
that, Dan. I wanted those...
Mr. President, the question is...
out of there.
And if you're not with them, cops and military, then you will declare that you're with the Republic now.
I am a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, and I worked South Central Los Angeles, and I will tell you, Director Deutsch, the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
Okay. Mr. Webb, I was wondering if you have ever gotten a chance to look into the rumors and reports that Mena, Arkansas was a major drug transshipment center during the 80s.
For those people who don't know, there was a major drug trafficker named Barry Seal who was based his air fleet at Mena, which is a tiny little airport up in the mountains of Arkansas.
Russell Welch, criminal investigator for the Arkansas State Police.
Did Barry Seal ever say to you, I work for the CIA?
He said he had worked for the CIA.
Unit 5 has learned in the early 1980s, even before his arrest, Seal had bought one of his planes from a CIA front, Air America. The plane was used by Seal for drug smuggling, and the CIA company was paid in the traditional drug dealer fashion of $300,000 in cash.
Last night in Louisiana, Barry Seal's enemies caught up with him and killed him. Tonight, 3 men are in custody. NBC's Brian Ross reports that Seal was about to testify for the government once again.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships. But we are not the people who are flying and floating in here.
Back when this all first came out, people didn't believe the CIA was bringing drugs in.
I didn't believe it. Even when Gary reported the story, and I was like, this guy Gary, what is he talking about? I was involved with the CIA, and no way. It wasn't until the CIA themselves put out their report. I mean, that was when it really hit me that, hey, Gary was right.
Well, that's it for our show tonight. Be sure to go to the InfoWars shop and pick up some DNA Force. It's 30% off right now, a special we're running, so be sure to get healthier in this new year. And also stop by PrisonPlanet.tv. You can see the Alex Jones Show, the nightly news, the special reports, the rants, all right there on PrisonPlanet.tv. Well, I'm Jakari Jackson from the InfoWars Command Center, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new INFOWARS Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You are watching the INFOWARS Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. And your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.